my channel. And let's get into it. We're gonna be making a delicious chocolate cake. First, you're gonna wanna preheat your oven to 350. Next, you're gonna wanna add in 1 3/4 cups all-purpose flour. And now we're gonna add in 3/4 cups of Dutch cocoa powder. And I'm just making sure I sift everything to make sure there's no clumps in my batter. Time to add in 2 tablespoons of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. And now we're gonna add in 2 cups of sugar. Now you don't have to sift this part. And now we're gonna mix all of our dry ingredients together. You wanna make sure you mix it really well. So I didn't happen to have any buttermilk on hand, but I was able to make a substitute. 1 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. You want to go ahead and stir all of that together and let it sit for a couple minutes. Next, we're going to add 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Okay, time to stir it together. And now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And if you do have the pure vanilla, that's the best to go. Now we're going to add our 2 eggs. Now that we have our eggs in there, we're going to whisk everything together. We want to make sure everything is nicely combined. And we're going to add in our cup of hot coffee. And we're going to do some more whisking. And now we're going to pour our mixture into our dry ingredients. And a little more whisking, please. That looks so good. And you're going to start to see the chocolate, this really rich, deep color. The smell is amazing. Alright, now we're going to grease and lightly flour our pans. And this is going to help us avoid sticking. We do not want our cakes to stick to the pan. And I did put a layer of parchment paper down there. Alright, you chocolate lovers, time to add in our chocolate chips. And we're gonna go ahead and fill up another 9-inch pan here. And when I tell you guys, it smells so good. Go ahead and bake it for 35 minutes. Poof. And we're out. If you have your own chocolate icing recipe, you can go ahead and start icing your cake. And don't even worry about the crumbs. So you want to go ahead and put your second layer on top. You're going to spread the icing around evenly as you can. This frosting that I made is super rich. It's a nice buttercream. It didn't take long at all. And it was definitely simple to make. I'm going to go all around the edges and just smooth everything out. Now you could use a turntable. That will be easier. Don't forget, you'll have to transfer it over if you do use one. Now, if you don't know how to make chocolate buttercream frosting, here's a recipe. First, you're going to get 1 cup of butter. Make sure your butter is softened. Room temperature is fine. And we're going to add in 1/2 cup of Dutch cocoa powder. Going to keep creaming it together. And you want to add it in gradually. Going to add in 3.5 cups of powdered sugar. And again, don't just dump it all in at one time. You're going to alternate back and forth between the powdered sugar and the 7 tablespoons of milk. And now it's time to decorate. First, I chose to use sugar pearls to make my heart. And these were really inexpensive, probably like $1.50 at Walmart. And now I'm going to be using sprinkles from this great value variety pack. The new white cream Hershey's candy bar is so amazing. So I did have some leftover batter earlier. So I made some cupcakes. And I used it for decorations. The toffee bits I added in really give it a good gooey appearance. And to add a pop of color, I use Wilton's Color Mist. Black. And it really did bring the true chocolate nature of the cake out. It just made it look so pretty. Whether you're baking from home or baking for an event, just remember, tune into SHAE'S Sweet Treats. And remember, I'll be bringing you content every Wednesday and Saturday. You guys stay safe during quarantine.